All right. So, welcome to Moments of Clarity podcast for XXL. Vanessa, Rahman, Shaheem, and our special guest today is Mozzy. Mozzy,
Squad.
Yeah, yeah.
how are you? Where are you? And what are you doing to quarantine?
I'm good. I'm good. Good spirit. Right now I'm in the studio working, cooking, and this is where I quarantine at all day. I be at the house, but I try to really get it in. I'm trying to take advantage of just the world being on pause.
Literally, that's what Cuomo over here called it, is New York on pause, but it really is like the world's on pause, right?
I,
Sure.
I
Yeah.
got a, I got a quick question. When you said cooking, are you actually cooking like cooking over the stove or
Nah, I'm in the
cooking
studio
in the
cooking.
lab? Because
Yeah, this
a lot of
notebook.
niggas been
I'm
getting
in,
out their
nah,
cooking game.
yeah, I'm in this notebook cooking.
Okay.
I'm in a laboratory.
Hey, it's still food for thought. It's the
For
same thing.
sure. Chow time.
Yeah.
How much has this situation, the quarantine situation, changed the direction of your upcoming album? Because I know you had an album.
Good with the
Had an
talking
album
points, Sha. Yeah.
set the tone, but
It,
how much has it changed the direction?
it thundered me. It thundered me just based on the touring. We had the touring all lined up. Um, and I also wanted to do a little meet and greet run with the squad, with the fans, and pull up in a lot of cities and touch them. Just the whole campaign, the album release. The press run. This I was prepared for it all. This what we I was prepping for it. And then, out of nowhere, I'm talking about like a week before press, everything, you feel me? So it kind of threw me for a loop, but I'm transitioning. I'm changing with the times. This is what we doing. We online with it now. It seemed like the internet run the world. So, I'm getting hip. My management telling me get on live more. You know what I'm saying? We doing all these what you call them, virtual interviews.
Do
And
you
I'm
feel
enjoying.
pressure to be more entertaining on social? Like people expect you to have live people come in, or you've got to do a dance-a-thon, or like do you feel like
Yeah,
that pressure to make yourself
yeah,
interesting?
they want me to log on TikTok, and man, I'm chilling, man. I ain't, but I'm still working. But as far as the internet concerned, man, I just, I'm keeping it at a bare minimum. I'm trying to campaign as much as I can, but I'm enjoying this time though. I swear, just with the fam, and it seemed like materialistic things doesn't matter as much anymore. I saved a lot of money. I don't know how. I just saved a lot of money through this. So, I'm looking at the positives and I'm embracing it wholeheartedly. I've never seen nothing like this. I mean, I didn't experience the Trade Center falling. I didn't experience anthrax, that whole movement. And it was never, we never didn't have school. And so the
Right.
fact that my little girls is out of school, it thundered me.
Can
Where
you
you
see them? Sorry.
where you based out of?
I'm out of Sacramento right now. I'm in LA though.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, V. I'm sorry.
No, do you get to see your daughters? Are you quarantining with them? With you being traveling and stuff? Is it just FaceTime talks? What's it like?
I'm quarantining with them. They live with me. I got custody of one, full custody of one of them. So, but yeah, we locked in. I see them every day. We just did an Easter egg hunt in the house yesterday.
Oh man, how is your Easter egg painting? How is your skills when it comes to the painting?
I don't think nobody in my household can mess with me. I'm the dopest. Not in my household. I just can. My comparisons is with the household.
Right,
That's your
right.
Yeah.
competition.
I think my 6-year-old, my competition. My significant other, she do her Dougie, but I think my 6-year-old is she up there with me.
Yeah.
You know what? And salute to you, man. I'm a dad too, like in this industry, and we work a very very busy lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And
Sure.
even for the longest, like I was a single dad, like raising a young man, and it's like that shit isn't easy. So I can only imagine about what you dealing with, and especially like right now, like being quarantined and trying to keep them in school. Like, what's your days like?
It's wake up. Little waffles and things, little waffles and strawberries and cereal.
Mhm.
Both of them want different, they both different. So
Mhm.
it's waffles and cereal, and then it's straight to schoolwork. It's immediately. I feel like I gotta apply the same pressure the teachers was applying just so she could
Right.
stay updated.
Right.
So it's straight to schoolwork. They got the Lexia program on an iPad. So
Oh, that's dope.
we funk about that all day. But I swear I'm doper than her teacher. Shout out to her teacher, but I swear I'm like the dopest teacher in the world. I be doing good till it's time, till she start clamming up and I got to get the belt and it's all type of threat. Nah, but
If you do too good when this go back to normal, that's what they're gonna be trying to do for good. You gonna be stuck
yeah.
with that.
For sure. Hey, but nah, it's been dope. It's like I said, it's just more hands-on. I'm basically getting a dose of homeschooling. And I
Right.
kind of like it.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of help. I got a lot of help from my
That's
family and
dope.
friends. So it's been beautiful.
That's dope. That's
I
dope.
want to ask both of y'all as dads, at home with the kids, able to like really see the curriculum. Because, when you send your kids to school, you don't know what they learn until they come home and they show you the homework or they show you the test or whatever. But y'all getting a chance to every day see the curriculum, what the kids are learning. Like, what do y'all think about that? Like, just seeing what your kids are learning like firsthand.
Me personally, it's like, damn, she's smarter than me. I
Mm,
sometimes I need help with the homework. Sometimes I need help with her
Yeah.
homework.
Yeah.
You hear me? But it's crazy because I be correcting her work and she be like, "No, Dad, this is right." It's like, and it be right. You feel me? But nah, it's just dope. It's dope. I love it. Um, I got a lot of respect for teachers and the way they teach. Because now it's like a whole nother style of teaching. I'm teaching it as I know it and as I learned it. And she'll teach me how she's learning it. And I have to adapt to that, like,
Right, like
okay,
math or division or something like
yes,
that.
she
And there's
teach
new,
me how.
yeah.
Yes, sometimes I do a lot of underestimating too. I would think she would need scratch paper because I would, but she off the fingers like this, and it's just dope. It's dope.
Yeah, it definitely was, it was a learning experience for me too. And I can't really think back to when, my daughter, she's 7 years old. So she's really the one that's like really in the thick of it. My son he's 3. So he'll do they do a little Zoom meeting with like all his
Yeah,
friends and she
yeah.
talks to them or whatever. But my sister's a teacher too. And it's like, like you said, I got a lot of respect for teachers because I'm into management as well. And it's like when you manage like a bunch of people, it's like you just managing a bunch of personalities, and imagine dealing with like 10 different like 3-year-old kids. Like that shit is mad
Mm,
real. And now like you have to talk to them over a computer, like trying to get them to stay paying attention is like not really like an easy thing at all. But like at first, like when we have started doing this stuff, I was like, yo, they're giving her too much work. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to stay busy because I'm sure that they getting pressure on them to be like, yo, you ain't just gonna be sitting around collecting a check.
for
So they've been
sure.
kind of like overdoing it. And I'm sure a lot of these teachers never really dealt with stuff like a Zoom meeting over computer and things like that or whatever. So it's been interesting. It was definitely like a trial and error thing, like for the first 2 weeks, but it's a little bit more under control now, though.
Yes, sir.
that's dope, man. Maz, how's like all your people doing, man? Like you one of the artists that really has come to the forefront and talked about mental health and things of that nature. But some people being in the house this long is really messing with their psyche. Like you look on the gram or you talk to some of your friends and it's just a different way to adjust, man.
Nah, for sure. That's most definitely. I just seen on the gram Stockton. Stockton right next door to Sacramento. Think a little girl, 15 years old, hung herself, and her parents said it was due to just the whole epidemic, just being in the house and the stay-at-home orders. And first and foremost, I feel for him. I send my love and condolences. But it's, I just had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I just told them, you got to utilize this time wisely. You got to take advantage of this time. You got to do something that is something creative, something that can't nobody else mess with you at, and just cultivate your talents. Take this time. I know they firing a lot of people. A lot of people is in distress due to financials. Um, and it's just it's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm the type of person, I just look for the positive. I look for the positive in all the negatives. When I went to jail and my daughter was in CPS, that was probably the hardest time in my life that I had to deal with. And but I just found positive. I found a positive outlook in that. At the time going through it, it was troublesome. It was hard for me to get through it. I cried, and I prayed. But now looking back, after we didn't endured the storm, it's like I could see all the positives through the whole situation. She went to CPS and it gave me an opportunity to get my shit together. And because otherwise me and the girl would have been juggling her until CPS got involved. So it forced me to kind of like, step it up. Now you wanted custody of your child. The time is now. And, I didn't miss a court date. And, the jail time, it cleansed me. It took me away from my environment. It cleaned me mentally, physically. I was just a new person when I came home. I was more enthusiastic about what I wanted to accomplish. I was more clear-minded. So I just look at the positives and all the negatives. And just the negatives now, us being in the house, us not being able to go to restaurants, having to wear masks. This is forcing you to be with your people, the ones that you care dearly about, the ones you love dearly. It's forcing you to pay more attention to the elders in your family. To cherish them a little more, because we know that they're prone to this disease. It's so many positive things in it. Like I said, the materialistic shit. I ain't bought no type of Gucci, Louis, Fendi, or none of that. It's been essentials. So I love it. I ain't gonna lie. I just love looking for the positive and the negatives.
One of the things that's interesting, you mentioned jail, and me and Rahman, we've been joking like this feel like house arrest for a lot of
every podcast.
Every podcast.
But as opposed to like regular jail, some people are saying this is regular jail. I had a good talk with my man Mano the other day, and he was like, "This is nowhere near regular jail."
Nowhere near. This is free. We still free.
Yeah, you can still move around.
This is alternative sentencing. This is when you go to jail and they give you some jail time.
I gotta use that one.
This is alternative sentencing. This is like a home when they give you work project, but you get to go home. Or they give you ankle monitor. You get to go home. You don't get to be with your kids in jail. You don't get to cherish your family in jail. You don't get to hug your mom, your grandmother. You don't get to make her no, what's that kind of tea? We've been on that. I've been on that. What's that? Damn, I can't even think of it. It's a root. But you don't get to make, ginger tea. You don't get to make granny no ginger tea. You know what I'm saying? You stuck in that cell in that box. You don't get to choose it. It's crazy. So that's why I'm saying it's people that got it 10 times worse. And that's how I just look at life, period. I've been so blessed, just my current circumstances, just my finances. I'm an entertainer, so my money's still flowing in. They just dropped the bag in my account yesterday. So I'm beyond blessed, and anybody that I could throw an alley-oop to and help, I'm all for it.
All of the independent guys, man, I talked to Eric Bellinger and a couple of the guys, man. Everybody is just on the independent route. They just talk about how them checks be coming, like clockwork,
Like clockwork. It's crazy. I'm like I said, I say it all the time. This is something I enjoy doing what I do. I'm passionate about doing what I do. And I would genuinely do it for free. So it felt like strong arm robbery.
What's the scene like out in Sacramento? You know, they've been talking about a lot of different places. Obviously, New York is a hot spot, and Jersey is a hot spot, and you know, Detroit is a hot spot.
Sacramento is shout out to Sacramento. I love my city dearly, you hear me? But Sacramento is already dry. Sacramento is dry when it's booming. You know, it's dry when it's booming. Like it's I mean, unless you go into a Kings game or something like that, it already, you know, that's why we drive to the Bay Area or we drive to LA just for a more because it's not.
It's always been like that, or that's as of late, or as
Um,
of the past X amount of time.
You know what? It's probably booming for the residents. I'm rich now. So now that I'm experiencing rich nigga shit, it it's I see it, I damn near can see it. Like I see it as for like I couldn't believe that this has been my life all my life. Like I never lived outside of Sacramento. It was I hardly go outside of Sacramento when I was there. And now that I live in a high rise in LA, or I could jump on a flight to Atlanta or Miami and see the world. Now I'm starting to understand that, like, as far as population and things is concerned, it's just the city, not the people. The people are beautiful, wonderful, but the city itself is just it's not much for us to do.
Right.
How like the whole festival cancellations and stuff, like we supposed to be recovering from week 1 of Coachella today, you know, so how has like some of these things, has it set you back, or you know?
Man, I ask management every day, like, what's poppin', man? We was Rolling Loud. Is it over?
So we came
Rolling Loud 2021.
Rolling Loud, you know,
Yeah.
we work with Rolling Loud like real heavy. Tarek, you know, Brian, all those guys, Matt, those are our peoples, and it definitely was a crazy decision to try to, you know, to squeak away from the May show. The May shows in Miami is like, you know, that's the signature show. So that shit kind of hurt, like seeing
Yeah.
losing
Nah,
that.
for sure. This was gonna be my first Rolling Loud Miami. So I was
Oh,
super yeah, I was super excited about this. Shout out to Rolling Loud. You know, they
yeah.
function with me heavy, but I ain't never got too many invites outside of, you know, California. So this is big. This was big to me. And I
Right.
was excited. So you know, that threw me off a little bit, but I done had many shows postponed, and you know what I'm saying, me, so I'm kind of familiar with the business and how that go. But just the fact that the tour is what hurt me the most, because you know, that's a part. It's every year. Will we do that two, 3 times a year? And it's damn near like the most exciting part of releasing an album or promoting an album, is just because you get to actually touch the people. You get to see the response. You get to feel it. You get to see what cities love you and how much they love you. And you know, it's just a constant reminder of the respect for your craft. And I'd be excited to, you know, just experience that. So that kind of threw me off, but you know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for a later date.
I'm really wondering, like, when we get back to going to concerts and everything like that, like, what is it gonna mean for these festivals and stuff? Are they gonna kind of, you know, kind of curb the capacity? Are they gonna try to, you know, at first implement the whole 6 feet thing? Because, you know, concerts and festivals, you really right on top of each other. You know, artists are stage diving and things like that. So I really wonder, like, how it's gonna affect, like,
Are
the
they going to make a capacity of concerts that you're going to only go if it's 5,000 people and there's no 10,000
Yeah,
venues? I mean, all of it. We have no idea.
I think
yeah,
it
that's
should, at least
crazy.
for the rest of the year. It should.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm still caught up in it. Will the world just go back to normal again?
No.
Would it get worse?
I mean, how can it go back to normal? Just with the amount of people who lost their jobs and just rebuilding
Man,
finances, how does it ever go back to
you
normal?
can say that,
And
can you
soon,
say
right?
that again?
Like I
Oh,
read a stat, it was that after the recession, there were 15 million people out of work. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure over the course of 18 months. We've had 16 million people out of work in the course of 3 weeks.
woo!
Yeah. Now, do I have that in front of me right now? But I've repeated it enough that I hope it's true. But that's that. But I mean,
That makes sense. I mean, shit, everything shut down. I can't do nothing right now. Everything
right.
is over the internet. If I want to buy something, I gotta wait 7 days for it to get here.
And if you say fuck it, I just want to go out and do it, you're literally risking death because you don't know of a person who's going to respond a certain way to corona or be asymptomatic. So you have no idea how your body's responding to it.
Sure.
Or you bring it home to your little ones, or you bring it home to your significant other, or you bring it up. So you literally can't say fuck it and just go do it because you could be causing like death with that.
Man, you know, the first week, first 3 days in, I had, that was my attitude. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
They tripping.
I'm going to the store.
Man, I'm going today. This shit don't make no sense, man. How the fuck I'm gonna catch some motherfucking corona? That shit way in Asia or some shit, man. That shit, it just didn't make no sense. I couldn't register it. I'm like, this is a scam or scheme. Or they doing something. Like this is conspiracy, man. This shit, you know. But now I mean, after the deaths, you see the people who dying, and it's rapid. And you have to respect it. They making laws, and they're not making these laws for no reason. You can sense the fear. You can sense the fear in people. People won't even get in the elevator with me. Everything's changed. Everything. You got to stand behind people 20 feet. You know what I'm saying? At the registers. They got glass at the registers now. It's like overnight. They're putting glass at their cash registers. It's crazy.
But go back. You're talking about vaccinations because I was going to sleep the other night being like, oh no, they're going to have to vaccinate us with some big needles.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening? You think? I mean, we're all going to have to get vaccinated in the next year before we can go out?
I'm pretty sure we all know that's on the way. That's on the way.
Oh yeah, because that's how they're gonna recoup and get their money.
It's crazy. It's like you could see it. I didn't think it was gonna go this long, but just everything, you could just watch everything grow, and you could kind of predict it. I told somebody, this hasn't happened yet, but I told somebody in a minute, the store is gonna be giving us tickets, and you're gonna have to come back at a certain time, at a certain, you know what I'm saying, time to go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Now that's not the case right now, but if you order groceries online, that's the case. It's crazy, but I could just see it all unfolding. Like you can see it, the lines in the grocery stores. You can see it coming. Like, damn, we finna have to stand in line at the grocery store. 2 days later, it's lines outside of grocery stores, outside of Home Depot, outside of Target. You could just watch. In a minute, they're gonna be fining us if you don't wear no mask. $1,000.
$1,000 fines. Yeah.
This is, it's crazy. So we all know the vaccination is on its way.
Yeah, they pulling niggas over in the city like after like 8 and giving them like
out here too.
Citations.
Yeah, out here too. My management, he just got pulled over. They was tweaking on that.
Yeah,
Did you hoard toilet paper?
I tried to get with the program, but I couldn't when I was too late on it because I really didn't believe in the hype. So when I finally was like, all right, fucking, let me go get some wipes and shit, you know what I'm saying? They was gone. And I'm like, I ain't the type to just be really chasing no toilet paper. I done did county time, jail time and shit. So I know how to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, use my shit, accordingly. But I didn't. I tried to get on the bandwagon. I was a little too late. Even with the food, they were saying hoard food, start getting your food together. So I went and bought, 10 boxes of noodles, but that's as far as I went.
I got nervous last week and started waking up early in the morning to get toilet paper really early. And I got like a little bit crazy on the toilet paper for like a week. I was like, oh no, it's serious now. I'm pretty stocked up with toilet paper now and everybody wants to share. And I'm like, what am I getting? What am I getting? So there's trading going on over here.
That's crazy.
You gotta have your folding etiquette, man. Like now see, I'm a habitual overfolder. Like I take a lot, but I guess you gotta cut it down.
You gotta cut it down, man. We gotta get accordingly. We got to, we gotta use it in how you say that shit, Davo? We gotta use it in
ration it out.
Yeah, ration it out.
Ration yourself.
And allowed 4 panels. Yeah.
And a trick too, like an important note, not even trick, important note you know, a lot of people usually have like they dish rags like up against they sink and have like their towel like in the bathroom and stuff like that. So it's like if you happen to have to go outside and you come back inside, you wash your hands or whatever, and you don't, you know, a lot of people go and use that towel or use that dish rag, and they were saying that that's not good. Like you should always
That's not
go,
good.
yeah, and go get like paper towel and stuff like that. So that makes you run through shit even more.
Paper towel, wipe my
Cause
hands.
because it's holding germs, is what it is.
If
They
that
was
wasn't,
like, go get
hey,
paper towels.
bro, if that wasn't the dopest shit you just told me, because that's all I do.
Me too. That's why I said
I wash my hands
too.
all day, but I grab that towel off the stove to dry them
Me too.
all day. And I just got a puppy, and I've been cleaning up puppy shit. And I
What kind of puppy?
got a boer bull. A boer bull is like it's called an African boer bull. They get like
I don't know
200,
that.
220 pounds or something. It's a guard dog, but I just bought it for my studio. So, because people been jumping my fence and writing graffiti all on my walls. So I want them to feel it next time they jump the fence.
You gotta get one of them 600-pound Joe Exotic tigers, man.
Yeah, but Joe and them was tripping, man. Joe and them was tripping. Y'all seen the show? Crazy Joe was tripping, man.
That shit was crazy when he was like, they put the shit in his shoe and then the tiger started fighting him.
Did you see him? He was tripping on that shoe. That tiger was tripping on that shoe, though. I think they really put something in there. Because that tiger would not leave that boot alone, man.
That shot.
What else are you watching?
The new movie Bad Boys just came out. I didn't get to see it in the theater, so I'm trying to see that. I was, but yeah, I didn't see it yet though. And then I just seen The Invisible Man last night. That was dope.
Oh, I was gonna watch that yesterday. Yeah, that was
dope. I loved it.
It was good?
Huh?
That's the woman from The Handmaid's Tale, right? I forget.
Yeah, I loved it. I ain't gonna lie, I loved it. It was kind of weird because I like movies based on real, really.
Not supernatural, right?
Yeah, I don't like the
Yeah,
supernatural.
that's why I didn't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was pretty dope. It was
There was science into it though, so it wasn't like
fake. It wasn't like super fake. Yeah, it was
It's
science.
like a ghost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How's the music been like? What's the process been like, and like what you plotting on, and
tell us about Beyond Bulletproof. That's still the name, right?
Yeah, Beyond Bulletproof is to love one unconditionally. It's basically it's beyond. I'm expressing love. When I came in the game, I was on pure bullshit. Blotted eye. You could just tell from the title of that. Blotted eye. I think I hit with blotted eye. And that means hella extra headshots. That means to shoot somebody repeatedly. And now we at Beyond Bulletproof. That means to love someone unconditionally. So you could just see off the dribble, it's a lot of growth in this album.
Right.
A lot of growth.
180.
Yeah, 180 for sure. And it's just because I feel like my music is really, no matter what I'm going through, whenever I write something, my music is present. So if whatever I'm going through right now in this present moment, that's what I put in my music. And that's what I'm going through right now. I'm in love with life. I'm in love with my people. I'm in love with helping people. I'm in love with acknowledging people that's overlooked. And I just found a way to express the love through this album.
How much, when you look at the landscape of music, as great as things have been for, shows, streaming and everything, pre-coronavirus, we've definitely had some very heartbreaking losses from Nipsey, recently Pop Smoke, X.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got that all money in on. We was gonna get to that.
Come on, man. Rest in peace, Nip, Pop Smoke. Who else we lost, man?
Yeah.
Kobe and TP.
XXX.
Yeah.
China, female artist China. Was it last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, a few days ago. Yeah. So, how much has that just taken effect on the way you make your content now, man? Because you talk about the title of your first joint, and not only are we losing people in the neighborhoods, outside of the music, but now it's gotten back, and we're losing people inside of music, artists that's supposed to just be living a great carefree life for the most part, and then when they get in the game, they die.
Come on. Significant losses. First and foremost, I send my love and condolences. It's crazy because first and foremost, Nip, fella, loved him dearly. Everything he was doing. We kind of like wait in the same, I say in the same lane as far as just activated gang member, rapping about this gangster shit, holding it down for the culture of gang banging, just the street culture alone, and providing for the people, putting your mans in them in position. Like he a big dog in this shit, and I looked up to him. I looked up to him, man, in many ways, and he embraced me wholeheartedly. He embraced me, and a lot of rappers don't, and so his death was very significant to me. It thundered me. It thundered me. It's real. It just make you realize that it's real. Like, we feel untouchable at times because we accomplished so much, and because we've done so much for so many, that we feel like, the people really love us. Like, it's crazy. You hate somebody who does so much for you, right, outside of directly doing it for you. Right. And so you couldn't, sometimes all the love will blind us, it'll blind us from the hate. And it make you realize that the hate still exists. Like somebody will kill you, what I'm saying, for the smallest reason, no matter who you are. And so it bring me back to reality, man, and it grounds me. And it just reminds me of how precious life is. He got a girly face. He got a daughter. He got a son. Like, I'm saying, we was just watching him on the internet with him. And now they got to go without. And I just put myself in his shoes like, damn, my girly face gang without Pops. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense me not coming through that door, or what they had to endure now that I'm not here, now that the big dog not here. And so that shit was heartbreaking, man. That shit still fucked me up. I fuck with dude heavy. Pop Smoke just reached out to me. Brother, he just reached out to me.
And it's on your coast, yeah.
Yeah, 24 hours before. It was crazy. And just him being on the level that he on, I still consider myself like an underground rapper, even though I got, nationwide exposure. Am I still on? Okay. Hey,
yeah.
I still consider myself like an underground, just because I try to stay deeply rooted, and well grounded. I try not to blow my own head up to where, you this and I'm not. So I dumb myself down just so I can be humble, just to stay in a humble, space. And so for him to reach out to me just out of the blue, I ain't like a picture, comment, or nothing. That was big to me. And then he passed. That fucked me up. And to hear how young he was, and how I just think of me in early 20s, like, damn. And he just got the opportunity to take care of families. When you in these type of positions, I think this is the 1%. I feel like this is the 1% African American that come from the trenches, that blossom and make legitimate money to be able to feed families, not just your families, and put others in position. Because management get 20%. So if I make an M, nigga, he get 200. That's a quarter. So he able to put others in positions. So it's just a constant, it's crazy. And once you able to do that, and then they strip you from that, it's just like, damn, because you made it into the 1%, and then we lose you. So it really that shit be fucking me up, man. And I told somebody in an interview the other day that, you know, they said, what's next for Mozzy? I told them, I just want to live. I just want to be able to live. I want to be able to be 60 years old with M's in my account, man. I want to be Paw. I want to be Paw, the rich Paw with all the money. You know what I'm saying? Me that look out for everybody in the family. The rich Paw that when you graduate, you go to Paw house and he gonna get you right. He gonna buy you a new car or something. You get your license. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be the big dog in my family. So I'm really not focused on what I can do right now. Right now, I just want to live and be free, be able to raise my kids. I feel like I've already made it. Anything else after this is extra. My prayers, when I was in jail, I just wanted to move to the Bay Area so I can get out of my circumference where, you know, my political environment, and move to the Bay Area and raise my daughter, find a legitimate hustle. And that's all I ever wanted. And now, you know, I'm on the 50th floor above somebody's arena, and I drive whatever kind of vehicle I want. I could put my daughter in any kind of class, any kind of schools. I mean, I couldn't ask for more, man. And, you know, they just remind me that we are truly blessed and that our time is limited on this earth.
And
Take advantage.
you know that's mad real, and you know I definitely gotta highlight the fact that, you know, you talk about you was locked in a cage, you know what I'm saying, and you was locked in a cage, and now you've made a successful career for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't work a 9 to 5 or nothing like that, and you got custody of your kids. That's a fucking deal. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely gotta give it up to niggas like that. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. I was an embarrassment. I was an embarrassment to the family. Just imagine I was raised in a beautiful household. My grandmother strict, dope, on properties on properties. Didn't play about education. Didn't play about politics. Write a letter. If the police pulled me over and searched me and I wasn't on probation, she'll write a letter on that nigga. She told me grab his badge number when I was 7. She was telling me grab his badge number. She lost her son to, you know, police brutality. So she was just real. She was militant. And so I'd be lying to say, you know, that my upbringing wasn't significant, it didn't. I was raised by a woman of value, a woman of principles, but I went a different direction because I wasn't enthusiastic about all that. I wanted to be with the thugs. I was a young man but the whole time, so I say that is she's guiding me this way and I went this way. So I'm an embarrassment to the family. But I'm telling her, like, Ma, I got this. I think I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? The people, they rocking with it. Right. And she used to always tell me, like, clean your music up. And, you know, I was just an embarrassment, bro. The police kicking in her doors. This is the lady who fight the police. They killed her son. Now they kicking in her doors without her consent because they're entitled to, because your son is on parole. Your son is on probation here. And they, you know, waking her up 4 o'clock in the morning just because my notoriety is building. So now they doing extra shit. They doing shit that they shouldn't be doing. And she had to endure that. And so I just feel like from 15 to 16 to 26, I was a failure. I caused so much heartache, so much pain, so much. I was stealing from my grandmother, thousands, you know, taking her cars and shit, going to jail, just fucking up. And so for her, she got to see it before she passed. But I made all them negatives, I turned it into a positive, you know, because the people, they vibed with me, they functioned with the story. And it was just all them life-changing events, and she got to see it, and that's what
the best
mattered.
part, that she got to
that's
see
the
it.
best. That's the best part. She got to see it.
So I have one of my last questions. So Saturday, April 11th, made the 1-year anniversary from Nipsey's funeral.
I was about to accept that same thing too. I was about to ask. Go ahead.
Me and Shy was at the Staples. You know, it was probably one of the worst things I ever seen. And, you know, we come from the era, you know, where it's just like we was heavily impacted from like Big dying and Pac dying and even people like Michael Jackson and shit like that. But the Nipsey Hussle thing.
I cried when Pac died. When Mike Jackson bit Holyfield ear, I cried. I couldn't believe we lost that fight. So I hear you. I hear you.
You know, so you know, we was at Pop's funeral a few weeks ago. You know, and you know, like I said, we deal with the Rolling Loud guys like a lot, and there's a difference between like this generation, which I feel like you're part of this generation, versus the one like previously. You know, when you see things that happen like with Nip and Pop, which is really two crazy stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big was a crazy story. Pop was a crazy story. But that Nip and Pop shit was some really crazy shit. When you a celebrity, you ain't gonna see that shit happen in no other genres and stuff like that. Does that make you like reevaluate like the shit that what you talk about and how you move around? You know what I'm saying? Like because people do watch you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you speak to your core audience, you know, they expect to see you in certain places and be doing certain shit. So it's like, you know, I always go back to it, the shit that like what Dave Chappelle talked about in his skit, like when keeping it real goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, how, like, what measures do you take? You know what I'm saying? To straddle that fine line between the two.
I hear you, but I feel like if you anything, I mean, you know, it's hard. It's hard because these your
Right?
people.
I'm
These
sure.
your people. This your audience. This who you talking to. These the people who vibe with your music. These the ones who comprehend it 100%.
Right.
These the ones who cry to it. They get emotional about it. When they see me, they slap my hands 10 times. Nigga, I love your shit, nigga. You
Right.
fed they hug me. Bruh, you helped me get through 10 years, bruh. I just did 7 years, bruh, slapping your shit, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So they passionate about it. And so it's like you can't turn the other cheek on them.
Right.
And I feel like I love them so much that I die behind it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be me if I was to run from the trenches, if I was to run from these set of people. It's risky, and it's the risk we take. But it's like, hey, my people, and that's what this album is describing. These bums that's on these streets, these my people. I relate to them because I'm related to them. You feel me? Like people who smoke dope. I like I don't even, I got my whole family smoke dope. So I don't look down upon it. Cause I know what them people is outside of that dope, outside of their habit. I know that they genuine good people. I know that they people I love them unconditionally, no matter the conditions. So, you know, and it's the same thing for these trenches, these streets. I love them unconditionally. And I take measures. I fall back on a lot of people. I cut people off. But if I distance myself too far from it, I feel like it'll take away from me. It'll take away from me. And so you just gotta humble yourself. You gotta humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta start eliminating things that you know it gets you knocked off. Like being selfish, being rich and selfish. You ain't looking out for nobody. You ain't trying to help put nobody in position. That's gonna turn a lot of people against you. You shining. You the only one shining. I pull up in the trenches with all my jewelry on, but I ain't the only one shining. All them niggas got chains. I put over 150 chains in the hood. You know what I'm saying? They all cost 5,000 and up. So, but I done put over 150 chains in the hood. And I look out for people. I buy people music. I pay for people funerals. I just look out for my culture, my people, and let them know that we in this gangster shit together. When I touched that Emberly, I wasn't the only one. Nigga, y'all touched it too. And that's how they feel. I just make sure they're a part of it. I make sure that they feel like this. I make sure that they understand that, nigga, you're entitled to a slice of the pie. And you know, I just my somebody in jail told me. He always told me. It stuck with me. It's one of my big bros. And when I first started popping in this music, he always told me, Usalama first, rap shit second. Usalama first, rap shit second. And that just mean like to protect yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too carried away with this rap shit to where you don't protect yourself, where you think everybody love you and everybody's in love with you, where you think you can't be touched. Usalama first. Make sure you know what I'm saying? Move strategically. When we go to these shows, we move strategically. We in and out. It ain't no lollygagging. Ain't no pump faking. We squeezing in that thing, and then it's time to go. We squeezing out. We ain't hanging out. I damn near don't even do what you call them after the shows, after parties. I try to minimize the after parties just because I know, you know what I'm saying, that's where a lot of activity partake. So, you know, you got to move militant, but I try not to let the deaths of others, you know what I'm saying, disturb me too much. And I just try to stay connected with my people because this was the dream. To put my niggas on, my niggas put they niggas on. It's a part of the dream. So for me to run away from it, I'd be abandoning the dream.
I love all of that. I'm going to wrap it up now just because we've been on for a long time and it's been a good interview. And I think that's a good note to end it on.
Yeah, I appreciate that knowledge, God.
Yeah, and the positive energy. I mean, I'm not a positive person by nature. And when you see someone come off as genuinely positive as you do, you kind of check yourself on some, like, I'm too going half glass, you know, full, not half glass empty, not full enough, you know?
Yeah.
But when you can see the positive energy coming from someone and see that it works for them, it makes you reapproach things, you know?
Sure.
Or look at them a little bit differently, at least for a little
while. Good luck to you, my brother, with this new project, man. You know we tuning in.
Tell us the date. Tell us the date. May 1st, yeah?
Mayday.
All right. 1st. We got you. Thank you. Stay safe, you and your family.
Love. Y'all take care.
Peace, my brother.
Hey, Corona free.
Corona free. 100. Bye-bye.